Welcome to the No Plays Off podcast. Listen, I'm Paul Nelson, joined by Alex Gullett as usual. Deion Sanders' season might be over, but we're taking no plays off right now.
We do. We take no plays off. It's CFP Weekly Talk.
It is.
Hey, listen, I'm hyped for this one. You got a good show ready for us. What
Thank
you got for us this week?
All right, so this show, we're going to be talking about a Coach Prime exodus. Is there a problem in Boulder? College hiring and firings. We'll talk a little bit about that. Who should go? Who's staying? The no plays off parlay. But first, we got to talk about what everybody's talking about. College football rankings came out.
They did.
Yeah, they did. They came out. This is how things went, right? And this is going into championship weekend.
Yeah.
Georgia, number 1.
Boo.
Michigan, 2.
Finally giving them their flowers.
Shut your mouth. Washington, 3. Jumping up. FSU at 4. And then you have Oregon and Ohio State, 5 and 6. How Ohio State stays at 6, I don't know.
I don't know
and
either.
Texas and Alabama round out your top 8. Those are your realistic teams who actually have a shot into the Final Four. What were your thoughts when you saw the rankings?
My thoughts were, okay, glad not to see Ohio State in there anymore. That's number 1. Number 2 was, hey, wait, Michigan's second now? After beating Ohio State, a top 5 team? Who did Georgia beat last week?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah. The Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Michigan beats Ohio State, the second-ranked team in the nation. And they go to 2. They deserve to be number 1. You guys should know it. I know it. That's what it is. That was number 1. Hey, and then Washington jumps to 3.
Whoa. Don't just fly right back. Michigan's strength of schedule is still 53rd.
They don't care.
Okay.
Again, we've had this conversation.
And it's not going to get better because they're playing Iowa.
I told everybody for weeks of coming that the train, they were going to meet. And when they met, Michigan was going to roll. And then what happened? Exactly as I said it would happen.
Won by a touchdown?
Oh, yeah.
They rolled, all right. They rolled.
Yeah.
Won by a touchdown. Relax.
I told everybody, Michigan. Hey, Michigan's the best team in college football. Everybody knows it. We all saw it last Saturday. They're the best team in college football.
They are the best team outside of Georgia in college football, maybe.
Are they?
They're the best northern team in college football, absolutely. Again, I would take Alabama over them. I would take Georgia over them. I might take Texas over them.
I think you're wrong.
I would
on
take
all 3
Oregon
accounts.
over them.
I think you're wrong on all 3 accounts.
That's fine. You're entitled to be wrong.
I'm entitled, yes.
You are definitely entitled. I can't believe they actually put Florida State in. It scares me right now.
Scares me too.
Because I don't think they're a top 4 team.
I think they lose to Louisville this week.
I think you're right.
And so when I look at it, I'm going, okay, so Florida State, Jordan Travis gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Tate Rodemaker didn't look great.
Does not look great, right? Louisville scares me, though, because they had the blunder last week.
Lost to an SEC team. Saw that coming.
Yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But I think Louisville beats FSU this week.
I do have some scenarios I want to play out with.
Can we?
Because I love the chaos.
You love this. And you come up with some of the wildest stuff.
So this is what I came up with, and I want your insight, your opinion. Okay?
Let's do it. And
at home, let him know how he's wrong. Michigan's going to win the Big Ten. They are 23.5-point favorites.
Over Iowa.
Unreal, right? Biggest spread in college football history.
Do you think the over-under is 23.5?
No, I think
that means it's going to be 23.5 to 0.
I think it's the over-under. The line was like 29.5. So they only projected Iowa to score 6 points.
Yeah, I see it.
They might not.
The defense is that good in Michigan.
Let's play a little devil's advocate. They're in, right?
Yeah, they're in.
So let me give you some scenarios, okay? Oregon wins the Pac-12. Are they in automatically, no matter what?
If Oregon wins the Pac-12,
yes.
So a one-loss team wins the Pac-12.
Yeah.
No, they're not automatic.
Ooh, okay. So let me give you a couple things, right? Oregon winning the Pac-12. Alabama winning the SEC, so you got a one-loss SEC champion. Texas winning the Big 12 against Oklahoma State, okay? Then you have a 2-loss Louisville, because you think they're going to win. I do too. 2-loss Louisville, ACC champion. Then you have 1-loss Florida State, 1-loss Georgia, 1-loss Washington, and 1-loss Ohio State. Who are you putting in?
All right, if that scenario, can I give you my top?
Give me your 4. Who's in?
Here's where I'm at. If that's a scenario that plays out, Michigan at number 1.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You call it what you want.
It's so stupid. Get boat
SEC
racing.
champions automatically number 2.
Bama's number 2. Okay, you're putting Bama number 2.
Oregon might have to be in.
Yeah. I think Oregon would be in.
I think Oregon would be in as a one-loss Pac-12 champion.
So they're 3?
They're 3.
Okay.
And then I think you still have to put Georgia in. I think it's 2 SEC teams at 1 loss. Yeah, I think then it's Georgia at 4. So here's who's left out. Texas.
1 loss, Texas, Big 12 champion.
Florida State.
Florida State, who cares? They're nothing.
Louisville can't make it even if they beat Florida State.
Two losses, you're done. Washington?
Washington.
You're putting Georgia in over Washington.
Absolutely. If Washington loses to Oregon, which I think they do.
Okay.
I think Oregon opened up at 9.
Yeah, 9.5.
A 9.5 point favorite. Tonight they're at 9.5 still.
Yeah.
The line hasn't moved.
Unreal.
They're still at 9.5. We're a couple days out, right?
I got a cool stat for you, right?
Do it.
This is Paul's cool stat of the week. All right, common opponents, Washington and Oregon. Washington has beat the common opponents by 9 points. Do you want to guess what Oregon has beaten their common opponents by?
Is this in totality?
This is on average, by an average of 9 points.
Yeah, Oregon's probably 21.
27 points.
Yeah.
27 points.
Yeah.
Common opponents.
But I think there's that much difference between Washington and Oregon.
I think there is.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Georgia should not be in.
That's
if
crazy.
Texas wins the Big 12
as a one,
and they have
Big 12 champion,
they probably have the best win of any resume, including Michigan's win over Ohio State.
No way.
Of beating Alabama. Yes, they absolutely will. So you're telling me they beat the number 3 team who's finishing the season
Michigan
at number 3.
Just beat the number 2 team.
They won't be the number 2 team anymore. Okay? They won't.
No, they won't.
So okay then. Texas would have beaten the number 2
I
team.
think Bama has the best win of the year.
Home.
I think Bama wins.
Michigan had their win at home, right? Texas went on the road and beat Alabama.
You know what?
Georgia should not be in. You didn't win your conference. So sorry. Goodbye.
Nah.
Alabama's going to shock the world and beat you. So long, dogs. You're out of here.
I don't think so.
They shouldn't be in.
SEC is so much a better conference than the Big 12.
I don't think you're not wrong.
Yeah. So sorry, Texas.
Who is Georgia's premier win?
We don't want to see Texas
Missouri?
playing in the playoffs until Archie's playing.
Whatever. No, Texas should be in. If this scenario plays out, I would have Michigan number 1 reluctantly because I still think they're a mediocre team who's not playing anybody. I would have Alabama.
JJ made against that Ohio State defense.
The difference between the Ohio State win or loss and the Michigan win was JJ McCarthy made 3 throws.
Yeah.
That was it.
Those 3 throws were legit.
So stop saying how impressive they are. They're not. Can I finish mine?
I don't know. You're not talking.
Michigan at 1, Bama at 2, Oregon at 3, and Texas at 4.
I don't think so.
The next ones I would have Washington. I would have Washington above Georgia.
That's crazy. A 1-loss Pac-12 team.
Yes.
Above a 1-loss SEC.
Yes.
Defending national champion Georgia.
Yes.
That you say some wild shit in college football.
I love the SEC. I am an Alabama fan. Okay. And you guys, everybody can say, oh, you're just standing for Alabama. No, I'm not. I'm telling you.
No, you're saying this
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you.
You would rather play.
The conference championships have to matter for something.
They
have to
matter.
How? If you're going to put Georgia in as a 1-loss team and you're going to leave Texas out as a 1-loss team, how do they matter?
Okay, so here we go. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Florida State wins the ACC.
God.
Say they beat Louisville.
Undefeated.
Undefeated ACC team. ACC champs.
Okay.
But then you got Texas, 1-loss Big 12. You got Oregon.
Okay.
You got Washington.
Okay.
You got Alabama. What if Alabama beats Georgia?
Alabama beats Georgia. Who wins the Pac-12? Washington or Oregon?
Oregon.
In an undefeated FSU?
Yeah.
I'm going Michigan.
No. The conference championships have to matter, right?
I know. Can I finish what I'm saying?
You're not going to put FSU in it.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not.
You
I'm
talk
not
so
because
much
they are
shit.
so well.
And
No, because you have 4 champions. You have the Big 10 champion in. You have the SEC champion in.
No.
You got the Pac-12 champion in. You have the Big 12 champion in. I'm sorry, Florida State. You were the the tallest dwarf. Okay, my bad.
No, that's
You
wrong.
are sorry. You are the ugliest girl at the bar who still gets picked up.
They're the Horned Frogs from 2021, 20.
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year, listen. Last year, Michigan showed their colors and lost to TCU. The national championship last year was really between Georgia and Ohio State.
It was. We all knew that.
And that's how it went. And I'm worried if FSU gets in, we're going to have the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You're going to have inferior
So
teams.
what you're trying to do is set up Alabama for a favorable matchup.
No, I think if they
That's
win,
why you want to leave Georgia out.
if
You're
they
scared.
win the-
Just say you're scared.
I'm not scared.
Say as a Bama fan that you're scared to play
I'm
Georgia
not
twice.
scared to play Georgia.
You don't want to play them again.
We didn't play them in the first time.
But say you play them. Say you win.
I'm
say
not scared.
you win.
Not scared. Not
Say
scared.
you win.
Not scared. They'll end up playing them for the national championship.
You don't.
That's
play
why.
them. You don't want to play
Because Michigan will get boat raced by Georgia.
them. Not true.
You're scared.
I'm not scared.
Okay.
You guys said we were scared of Ohio State.
You were scared of
I
Ohio
was not
State.
scared.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I was texting you all day. I was like, "Uh-oh, who's right? What's going on?"
Yeah.
You guys are wrong again.
They beat Ohio State. Now Ohio State faces a huge question. Right? It's been
Yeah.
making its way around everything.
Yeah.
Should they fire Ryan Day?
I think Ryan Day has to go. 3 consecutive losses to Michigan, and you don't think they have to go? You don't think he has to go? So here's what I want to say. Hold on.
cannot stand. when
I'm
you're
new to
wrong
college
like
football.
this. You are.
Okay, so hold on. Here's what I want to say. There's a couple things that I picked up very early. College football is more about the college than it is about the football. Here's what I'm saying. There are certain rivalries that exist in college football that matter way more than anything else that happens at that than the rest of the year. Ohio State could go 13-1, 12-1, 10-1, 11-1 for the next 5 years. But if they lose to Michigan every year, that coach will be a failure. Alabama, Nick Saban. Say he's never beaten Georgia.
It'd be Auburn.
Okay.
Auburn's the
So
rivalry.
say he never beat Auburn.
Yeah.
Say he lost 4 years in a row to Auburn.
Yeah.
You're a Bama fan.
Yep.
What would that feel like?
I would not give two shits as long as they won the national title or were in contention,
You're so
which
full of
Ohio State was.
You're so
They
full of
lost
shit.
last year, correct? That's one of those 3 in a row.
You're so full of
Last
shit.
I checked, they were still in the conversation for the Natty, and you could argue if they beat Georgia, they win the Natty.
They probably
What
lose
I'm
to
telling
TCU.
you, and all these idiot college fans out there are saying, "Oh, it's so damn important to win your rivalry game." So you would rather go 1-12 and beat your rival than be in the conversation for a national
No, I don't
championship?
think it's that big
That's
of a
the dumbest
disparity.
thing I've ever heard. That is the stupidest thing.
Nobody said that.
You were talking about, hey, Michigan, Ohio State's probably one of the biggest rivalries in college
Absolutely.
football, right?
The Bama, the Auburn, Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right? It's great. Florida State, you could argue. Florida, Georgia, you could argue. And Michigan won the last 3.
yeah.
Get rid of Ryan Day. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's time to leave.
2020.
I think Ryan Day needs to move on to things, and I think Ohio State needs to move on.
2020, all right? And Harbaugh's getting all this praise now because he's beaten Ohio State 3 years in a row. Wasn't on. Hey, it doesn't
Including last week, if you didn't see it.
And yeah, nope, saw it. 2020, they didn't play. COVID year, right? 2019.
Coach ain't even got to show up. They
2019. Okay, 2019, Michigan loses to Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
That's one. 2018, what happens?
Yeah.
Ohio State boat races them.
Yeah.
Right? 2017, what happens?
Yeah.
Ohio State. 16, 15, 5 in a row. So you're telling me Michigan should have fired Jim Harbaugh?
No, but there was
Whoa. Wait. So no, they shouldn't
there was
fire
a
Jim
lot of-
Harbaugh.
No.
Shut your mouth. So you're telling me they should fire Ryan Day for losing 3 in a row, but Michigan looks like geniuses because they didn't fire Harbaugh after he lost
You're
5 years
missing-
in a row to Ohio State.
All I'm saying is, and in Michigan, people that follow Michigan would know
You were
that there
dead.
was a lot of conversation on Harbaugh has to beat Ohio State. Harbaugh has to beat Ohio State. He's done everything else. He's got to beat Ohio State. He's got to get to the Natty.
If you fire him in 2020 or if you fire him after 2019 for losing 5 in a row, they don't look like they do now.
Man, they look good though.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Can't fire
Ryan Day's got to go.
Can't fire Ryan
Got
Day.
to go.
No, he is one of the premier college coaches.
No, I think he's got.
Premier college coaches.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody wants to, hey, this guy isn't doing well. Get him out of here, right? It's just money. Who cares? Whatever, right? I get that. All right. You're fanatic.
Yeah.
I understand that. However, you got to let these guys cook a little bit, right?
He's not cooking.
Got it.
He's losing to Michigan.
He's not going 3-9. He's not going 4-8.
Michigan
He's going
didn't even have their
12-1.
coach.
He's going 11-2.
Harbaugh was absent from the game, and Ryan Day
Harbaugh was
game.
there at that game. Did you watch the game? He was there. He missed the previous 3. He was at last week's game. Yeah. Oops.
He wasn't.
Go ahead. Oops. He was there.
He wasn't there.
It was a alien. A guy who is losing his program. Deion Sanders.
He's not losing his program.
Deion Sanders has lost just in the last 2 weeks. Shut up while I hit you with facts.
Yeah.
Tight end coach Tim Brewster.
Oh,
gone.
I lost a tight end coach.
Demoted. He was their best recruiter.
Okay.
Demoted offensive coordinator Sean Lewis 3 games ago.
Got to go.
Pat Shurmur. Hey, you can call plays now because it's looking so great.
Hey, Pat Shurmur's a great coach.
He has lost 3 4-star recruits have decommitted, including the number 5 quarterback in 2025.
Yeah.
We are seeing the downfall of Coach Prime.
We are not.
How?
That's ludicrous. Here's what I want to say. So you point out this quarterback.
Yeah.
This Antoine Hill.
Antoine Hill, number 5 quarterback, number 59 overall recruit.
So do you think Shador returns next year?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
So if you're a 4-star, 5-star recruit,
2025, not next year. 2025.
So he's 2025.
2025.
Yeah, I'm sure Deion's got other plans.
He's losing his program.
No, I think people know something.
The luster's coming off.
It's not.
The luster's completely.
He's Coach Prime.
So all right. So let me just describe something. You tell me if it's a great program, and if I'll tell you what, don't even talk about the program. Just tell me, is this head coach excellent or not? Okay.
Okay.
Former NFL player.
Yeah.
Okay. Takes his team and turns it into a 4-8 team, a Super Bowl winning NFL player,
Hall of Famer,
a Super Bowl winning
best
NFL player.
game.
Is that a great college head coach?
Yes.
You just described Trent Dilfer.
He's a good college
at
head coach.
UAB.
Yeah, good coach.
He did the exact same thing Coach Prime did, 4-8, right? UAB, nobody's champ. But because it's not Deion, it's not Coach Prime. No, not doing a great job. But Deion's doing a great job. He's a joke now.
No,
everything that he has done has been hype. It's all been sizzle. There's been no stake. Coach Prime is the most overrated thing in college football. And you know what? It's my fault. It's my fault because I bought into it. Should have stuck with my guns and said, nope, this is a joke. Next year, he should be thanking God that Texas and Oklahoma are leaving to the SEC. Because if not, probably finish last in the Big 12 as well.
That's wild.
It's not wild.
It's a wrong take. Number one, and listen, we'll talk about it again. Let me tell you something. So the Colorado Buffaloes right now are 4-7, 4-8, whatever.
4-8,
4-8. Right? Didn't get a bowl. It is what it is. Coach, he's done. This year's over.
Yeah.
They won 1 game last year.
Yes. So
he came into a brand new team, the Colorado program.
Yeah.
And what he's done for that program this year is going to have almost limitless effects on that college. For 10 years now, they're going to feel the effects of Coach Prime, what he did this year. The money, the recruiting, all of it. The buzz. Good for businesses in the community. It's good for everything. Then everybody came on and everybody said, hey, what's a win for Coach Prime? And what did we say?
6 wins.
4-6. Go
wins.
back. Who said 4-6?
6 wins.
I went and listened to it. It was 4-6. He got to 4. Had a quarterback playing with a broken, fractured back. Right?
Had a quarterback sitting out with a fractured back.
Travis Hunter, injured.
Yeah.
Missed multiple games. Didn't look the same when he came back. It is what it is.
Bad coaching.
Not bad coaching. I think he probably overplayed him in the dual role a little bit.
Bad coaching.
He'll learn from that. Not everybody's Deion. But he says Travis Hunter can do it. I believe Prime. And you know what's going to happen next year?
Yeah, I do.
They're going to win 8 games. And they're going to be in a bowl game. And they're probably going to win a bowl game.
You think 8 wins next year and a bowl game victory.
For Coach Prime in Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think he gets 8 wins next year.
I think he does.
I don't think he gets 8 wins.
I think
I think he's going to be lucky to get to 6 wins.
I think Shador is a top 5 quarterback in the NCAA next year.
He is. He is. And you're not wrong with that.
And I think Travis Hunter's a top 5 receiver in the NCAA next year.
Yeah, he could be.
And I think he's a top 5 cornerback.
He could be.
And I think that matters in college football.
I don't know.
You know what they're going to do this year? You know why it's okay to lose that quarterback?
Keep losing
because you don't need quarterbacks. You know
recruits?
what you need?
Okay.
Right now, you need an offensive line and a defensive line that can penetrate.
That
can play against the big boys.
I don't think Deion's there after next year.
I don't know. He may leave with Shiloh and Shador. I don't know. I can't call that.
He is, and you laughed at me when I sent it to you. He is a bottom 5 coach in Colorado Buffalo history.
That is the wildest thing ever.
It's not. It's purely statistical.
By the numbers,
he's a bottom 5 coach.
Don't be such a numbers guy.
You hate numbers when they go against what you say. And as soon as you love the number and it backs up, hey, Dak's MVP. Look at this quarterback rating. Look at this PFF. He's the number 1 rated quarterback.
The 2 guys who I talk to the most in my life, you guys are on all the numbers. You want advanced statistics and this statistic and that statistic.
Why are you afraid of numbers?
You know why? Because I look at the game and I watch it. And when I watch it and I do the eye test, I'm going, either this guy's good or he's not good. Or this guy's playing better or he's not playing better. Or, hey, that coach has schemed the hell out of that offense. That quarterback's overrated. Jalen Hurts, McCord, Milroe.
Shut your mouth.
Whatever we want to say, right? Like these things happen, right? And you guys want to go off of all these statistics.
Yeah. Not off of just the statistics. That's where you get wrong.
Statistically, do you know who the best quarterback has been
in college football?
Shador
Sanders.
Accuracy
wise.
Yeah.
If you go total yardage, it's another guy. Guy I think should win the Heisman, Jaden Daniels. 50 total touchdowns.
That's incredible.
But 3-loss team.
But anyways, back to it. Look,
listen. Now you said something that was brilliant. The very rare things that you say,
that I say all the time.
That you say some of the time, and that's Shador Sanders next year's a top 5 quarterback.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a big concern about a current quarterback and where he's going to play at the next level.
Ooh,
Caleb Williams came out in October, right? You remember this?
I do.
He said there's 5 NFL teams. The Raiders, Vikings, Giants, 49ers, and
the
Cowboys.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, if the Bears get the first pick, which they're projected to get that Carolina pick.
Well, they have the most.
What should Caleb Williams do? If they make it known, we are picking Caleb Williams.
So you know who's not on this list? The New England Patriots.
True.
Chicago Bears.
Arizona Cardinals. It's true.
Right? Those are the 3 right now.
Yep.
They're fighting for it. Right? If I'm Caleb Williams and I'm looking at this and I've got my heart set on not playing for anything but those 5 franchises.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good for next year either. Okay, with the way they're playing.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to college. You want to know why? Because I'm already King Dingaling at USC.
King Dingaling.
I'm king of the hill. I've got it all. I'm doing everything I want to do. I've got money deals, NIL coming in. I've got shoe deals. I'm doing commercials in California. I've got it all.
The college money is not the same as the NFL money.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
You want to know why? Because if he set out all next year, you know who the first pick of the draft is in 2024?
Shador Sanders.
2025? No.
Shador Sanders?
Caleb Williams.
You don't know that.
He takes a year off. Were you picking him first?
I don't know. Let me tell you right now. Is he more hyped right now or last year after he won the Heisman? When was he at an all-time high?
Last year.
So you're going to give him another 12 months to pick you apart?
Yeah. You're still a first-round pick.
It's a bad pick.
He's still a top 10 pick.
It's a bad pick. You know what you do? If you're Caleb Williams, you should have never said, hey, these are the 5 teams I want to play for.
Yeah, bad PR. Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't mind so much if you pulled an Eli Manning and said, I'm not playing there. Figure out something. I'm not playing. Pull a John Elway. I'm not playing there.
Yeah.
Right? But you know what? You get picked where you get picked.
So
it's a business. This is a business.
Tell me this. If you're the Chicago Bears and you get the number 1 pick and the number 3 pick.
Yeah.
Or number 2 pick or number 4 pick.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams is on your board, but Marvin Harrison is there too and Drake May is there.
Yeah.
Right? And Caleb Williams says he's not going to play for you. Are you trading off the number 1? And you're going to have to trade outside of number 2 or 3 because you're going to look at New England, Arizona.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to fall back to 5, 6, 7, 8 to get to a Giants or a Vikings or something of the sort.
If I know he's not coming, if he flat out says, I
Yeah.
refuse to play for Chicago, Maserati Marv, come on down with the number 1
At the
pick.
number 1 pick.
Number 1 pick.
Wide
We're
receiver.
gonna make this history.
What wide receiver's ever been the number 1 pick?
Oh. Good. Has there been one?
Has there?
I don't know. Has there been wide receiver that was? Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson. I bet.
No.
I bet you Keyshawn Johnson was. Bet you he was the last first pick in the draft to the Jets. That's what I'm going to go with. That's my answer. If you're playing along at home, which wide receivers have gone number 1 in the NFL draft?
3 times.
3 times. Okay, was Keyshawn one of them?
Keyshawn was one.
All right, give me the school and the year.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to go to it right now. All right, so here we go.
Keyshawn,
That's
USC.
crazy.
Thank you very much. Knew that
All right,
one.
San Francisco 49ers, 1964.
Good God. Yeah, no idea.
Dave Parks.
Yeah, I would have never known
Never
that.
would have guessed it. This one's good, though.
Okay.
New England Patriots, 1984. He played for a team that you hate
Okay.
for his better years in his NFL career.
Okay, what college?
He was a wide receiver. I don't know what college he went to.
I don't know what college he went to.
That's crazy that I don't know what. But he played for 4 teams in the NFL. He played for the Patriots, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Redskins.
I want to say
they were the
Perry
Command-
Glenn, but
before they were the Commanders. Let me look. Let me see what
it's killing me not to know the school. You said 84 draft?
1984.
So the year before I was born.
He went
Before
to
all
Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know.
Irvin Fryer.
Wow, screw Irvin Fryer.
So Irvin Fryer, the other guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think
So you take
Maserati
Maserati
Marv.
Marv, you go number 1.
Yep, and then you know what I do?
That's wild.
Then third
Keyshawn
pick.
Johnson was all the way back in 1996. I am old.
You are old, buddy. You are
Holy
old.
smokes.
Is that the year you graduated high school?
Almost.
I would take Drake May 3rd, and I don't know if I'd move off Justin Fields.
What if you're 1 and 2?
Huh. I trade the first pick for a king's ransom. Some team is going to go absolutely nuts. It'd be funny to see Greg Popovich get Victor Wembanyama and then Bill Belichick get Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Harrison's deserving to go number 1.
I don't.
I think he's deserving. I think he's had an illustrious college career, right? Let's talk about some other guys, right? He's definitely going pro. He finished with over 2,500 yards in 2 seasons, 28 plus touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Who are your top 5 college wide receivers in the history of the game?
My top 5.
Yeah.
All right. So you want me to give all 5 of mine, and then you can give your 5.
Yeah.
All right. So at number 1, I think it's pretty easy at number 1.
I don't know that it is.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a guy from Marshall. I think he took the league by storm his rookie year, Minnesota Vikings. He goes by the name of Randy Moss. Like, I think that's the clear-cut number 1 wide receiver ever in college football.
Okay.
At number 2, I'm going to go Calvin Johnson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, wasn't it? Like,
Yes, it
just
was Georgia Tech.
crazy.
The running offense. You know, his quarterback was Rod Rutherford. You know what Rod Rutherford did after that?
What?
Absolutely nothing. He was a practice guy on the Panthers and the Steelers before having a non-great AFL career. Eventually became like a grad assistant at Pitt for defensive backs, not even quarterbacks anymore.
Then I'm going to go one of the only a few guys that ever win a Heisman at wide receiver. I'm going to go Desmond Howard.
Overrated.
Desmond Howard.
Overrated.
Desmond Howard.
Overrated.
I know you hate him.
Michigan.
No, you hate him.
Overrated.
But I'm going to go him at number 3. At number 4, I'm going to go Jerry Rice, right? Mississippi Valley State. I mean, the guy just has the sharpest rod you'll ever see in any receiver ever. Like,
Okay.
just amazing. And then number 5 is kind of a toss-up because you had a couple. You had Corey Davis. You had Larry Fitzgerald.
Gave you some options on
Yeah,
it.
Justin Blackmon. You remember those years? Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Back-to-back Biletnikoff winner.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to go Michael Crabtree. Michael Crabtree, just because I remember watching a couple of his games and like,
I love that you went there
Yeah.
because if I'm looking at this, right, 5-1. Okay, 5-1.
Yeah.
I'm going 5. Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
Because he single-handedly beat Texas. He beat Colt McCoy in Texas
Yep.
with a last-second catch on the sideline, running up. I remember standing there watching the TV, jaw to the floor, going, "Michael Crabtree just won this game."
Single-handedly.
Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Number 4. I'm going to piss off some people. Yeah, I don't have Jerry Rice on my list,
Of course,
because
not.
I didn't see him play in college. I'm going to go Peter Wark. Peter Wark was
Peter Wark was a great college.
he was
wide
that
receiver.
dude at FSU. He was
Yeah.
probably the best, most impressive player on the field.
Those Florida State teams were crazy.
Legitimately, right?
Yeah.
That was the team that beat Michael Vick and Virginia Tech.
That's right.
Number 3, I'm going to go Larry Fitzgerald from Pitt.
Pitt, man. Yeah, Fitz is great.
Again, he was an amazing player. I'm going to go 2, Randy Moss.
That's crazy.
I'm going to go number 2, Randy Moss. Who's Marshall playing?
I
Marshall-
don't think it mattered.
Marshall had just became a Division 1A school, and they were playing nobodies.
But you know what's really cool? Like, a giant doesn't become not a giant because they're hanging out with midgets. Like, he's still a giant. Like, it just is what it is.
I listen, at that time,
Nothing wrong with midgets or giant.
I-
But what I'm saying is that,
at that time,
is midgets okay? Do you say midgets?
I don't know. Do you say dwarves, small
Dwarves?
people?
I don't know.
Let us know what we're saying. We don't
Yeah.
want to piss people off. We're not trying to.
Whatever.
Okay?
But yeah, so Larry Fitz, number 2.
No, Larry Fitz number 3, Randy Moss number 2.
Randy Moss, number 2.
And it was 1 year. It was 1 year. It was a great year.
It was amazing.
1 year. Number 1, Devontae Smith.
Boo.
You
I know
talked
there's a
about
case for it.
You talked about Heisman. You talked about
He's the only
Desmond
other
Howard,
guy.
right?
Yeah, he's the only other guy.
Devontae Smith won a Heisman. And I would argue it's harder for him to win the Heisman. Newer in an age when quarterbacks are the only people that win it, right? Quarterbacks are the only people that win it now. And Devontae Smith had such an amazing year.
You realize how different college football is now than when it was when Desmond Howard played football?
You understand that Randy Moss was guarded by nobodies, that Jerry Rice was guarded by nobodies, that Desmond Howard was guarded by literally nobodies.
That's wrong.
Devontae
Charles
Smith,
Woodson's?
he's on his own team, dummy.
I know, but I'm saying like there was that type of player in college football back then.
Awesome, great. He won the Heisman himself by playing offense. I'm not going to put him as top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith is the greatest college wide receiver, in my opinion, in the history of the game.
You wearing your
Not
Alabama
just
hat?
because an Alabama thing. He won a Heisman.
This
but
guy. Hey, look, you
fantastic.
guys have been calling it out. The Buffalo Bills hats, the Boston Celtics
Call it.
jersey, the
Call
Alabama
it.
jerseys.
Call it.
Yeah, you see what I deal with on a daily, right?
Just because I wear the uniform doesn't mean I'm wrong, baby.
It does.
No.
It does.
Speaking of not being wrong,
Hey, that's a good 5 for you, though.
it is. That's
love
a
that.
great 5. I
Yeah.
love that for you.
I love that. For
I
you.
wouldn't have picked Desmond Howard, and I didn't,
Well, yeah.
but I love it for you.
Well, I wouldn't have picked Peter Wark.
Let me
and I
tell you,
didn't.
Jerry Rice not even on my board.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not
I
even
love
on my-
that for you.
I didn't watch him play, so I
I
can't.
love that
sorry,
for
I
you.
can't. I'm not crunching tape of Jerry Rice in college.
I mean, you watched the. Well, I don't know if you were you watching football back when Jerry Rice played in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
49ers days,
Absolutely.
like him, Jonathan Taylor, like
Oakland days. Jerry Rice was still cooking at 40.
he was.
Still
he was
cooking.
still good.
I think
yeah.
he still had 1,100 receiving.
still ran a
yards.
hellable route.
Hills, man. Run those hills, kid.
Yes, sir.
My no plays off championship week parlay.
Yeah.
Last week, Ohio State let me down.
Whatever. I told you don't do it. I told you don't do it.
You went last week, NFL dogs all around.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going Oregon versus Washington. Give me Washington in the 9.5 points.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they make a game out of it. I think Penix has a big game. I think they lose, but I think they keep it 9.5. Michigan versus Iowa. There's nothing better than hating on Michigan and rooting against them. Iowa, please score 10 points and just give me. So I'm going Iowa in the 23.5.
23.5's a lot for
That's
a
a lot of
championship game.
points.
Yeah.
I'm betting on Michigan resting a lot of players in the second half.
Yeah.
And then Louisville, FSU, I'm with you. I think Louisville wins. Give me the 2.5 points.
Love that.
I think Louisville shocks everybody, becomes ACC champ, and has a nice little January 6th bowl game.
Yeah, I would have went the opposite direction of you on 2 of those. I'd have taken Oregon in the 9.5. I think they're probably 20 points better than Washington. That's what I believe, especially on a neutral field. And then Michigan, 23 is a lot, though. You
23 and a half. 23 and a half.
You maybe that hook.
If it was just 23, I wouldn't have taken it.
Oh,
But
the
23,
hook
that
got you.
half got me.
The hook got
Okay?
you.
It
Yeah.
got me. Listen, we
great.
learned a lot this episode of college football.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know your takes. We learned that 1, okay, Louisville's going to win the ACC championship.
I believe it.
2, Marvin Harrison, as good as he is in college, not a top 5 all-time wide receiver.
No.
And the third thing we learned
Fire Ryan Day, because Maserati Marv is not a top 5 wide receiver ever.
is that
Talk about
Deion
a
Sanders,
misusage.
Coach Prime, is no longer that dude. Michigan sucks.
We did not learn that.
Roll damn
None
Tide.
of that.
Win it at the Dogs, baby.
Yeah.
This is Paul Nelson for Alex Gullett. We're taking Homer Takes only, No Plays Off podcast. That's going to happen.